Instead of putting a tour in,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Universal. I would say, and I would definitely say Universal again and again because of the benefits. Any type of transport that doesn't involve other people, I will always go for.
I'm going to carry pasta, mints, and paracetamol as well.
But yeah, 4 shots of tequila at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, okay, game for it.
Welcome to Out and Back Travel. This is the podcast for advice and inspiration for planning trips to theme park attractions all around the world. My name is Stu, and I'm ready to get the willies at all those 2023 ghost trains.
My name is Matt, and Stu writes these. I'm ready to sell my willy to get on the 2023 roller coasters.
Hi, I'm JaiB, and I'm ready to free willy on the surf coaster, bouncy coaster over at SeaWorld. Yeah, Stu, we need to do better with these.
Okay, say your own then. That's fine.
No, because you wanted willies mentioned.
Yeah, we're going for willies this week. It's the theme.
Oh, I can't wait for this HR discussion.
Do your own then. Do your own.
Let me mess them.
Well, we up, didn't we? Sorry, boys. This is how it's going to go. It's not as professional as all those other podcasts you've appeared on. And this week we are joined by, for them, Adam and Craig D-Star. How's it going, guys?
Good. Anyone?
Where can people find you on the internet if they don't already know where you are?
On the internet, we are on. Go on.
Instagram.
What's our handle on Instagram?
Adam_Craig_do_stuff. Is that right?
Yeah. Not complicated at all. On Twitter, Adam and Craig DS, and on YouTube, Adam and Craig do stuff.
Brilliant. Well, we'd like to get to know our guests by giving them a metaphorical waterboarding. We need a nicer name for this section, but we'll go with that at the moment. So we have some quick forest questions so we can learn a little bit about you guys, our guests. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay then, so first one, what's the top of your roller coaster bucket list for this coming year?
The top of it, would it be Uncharted?
I'd say probably Taron. Taron for me.
Yes, yeah.
I would say that. I don't know about Uncharted because
It's not built yet.
I don't know what to expect from.
But it will be ready.
It will be ready, yeah, it will be ready. But yeah, Taron for me, I think.
You're going to love Taron, it's amazing. Anyway, next question. Who's the most famous YouTuber you've rubbed shoulders with?
That we've actually spoken to. Have we spoken to that many?
No.
I don't think we I'm trying to think now because we met obviously Matt and Rob and Matt Coaster Giant, didn't we?
Still.
Probably Parkspill actually. Parkspill. In
Sure.
terms of like actually sitting down and having a conversation, it probably would be Parkspill guys, because we've met them a couple of times now, haven't we? But yeah, clearly we don't get involved that much. We tend to just stay on the outskirts and just dip in every now and then when it comes to the community stuff.
Okay, guys, ponchos or no ponchos? Ponchos or no ponchos?
No.
Definitely no ponchos.
Oh my God, you go bareback?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, we've got our own raincoats, haven't we?
Yeah.
But in terms of like a bin liner style Blackpool Pleasure Beach type of thing, absolutely not. No, never.
Even on Valhalla?
Yeah. We used to stay 5 minutes away from Pleasure Beach, so we'll jump.
Yeah, we stayed the Premier Inn, so you can literally just leave Pleasure Beach, change your clothes, and then come back. Yeah. Being that way in Blackpool's it's not fun. It's not a good time, is it really? No.
All right then, so do you guys pay for Fast Pass?
Sometimes, not often these days, do we?
Yeah, like in the UK, no, pretty much not anymore because we visit fairly regularly. So it doesn't matter if it's busy, we'll be there again before long. But
did at Universal, didn't we?
Abroad we generally tend to. Yeah, in all the Orlando parks we got whatever their equivalent to Fast Track is. And we probably will when we do the European parks as well later, won't we?
Mm.
So yeah, abroad, yes, pretty much always, definitely. UK, not so much these days. Because we're not made of money, you know what I mean?
Which of your videos has been the most fun to film?
The most fun.
Epcot. We've got to eat all that food.
Yeah, well, it is.
A lot of talking.
Yeah.
in that one.
Forget all the theme parks we did in Orlando. Eating was the best thing.
I love your Epcot video. It's like, we're not big drinkers, and the next kind of shot is you doing the tequila flight.
I think I worded it badly. What I mean is that we don't drink free. We don't like lots of different, like we don't like beer, we don't like wine, we don't like a lot of stuff, do we?
No.
But yeah, 4 shots of tequila at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, okay, game for it. I don't know what's been the most fun actually. I think
Halloween
just
ones are usually fun, aren't they?
yeah, and I think the whole Orlando thing in general was just fun because it was our first time. We loving it, weren't we?
Yeah,
We were just
yeah.
absolutely, and you can see the excitement in a lot of the videos. We were just, although it was really hard because we kept forgetting to film stuff, didn't we? Because we were too busy, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We just kept forgetting to film stuff. But yeah, they were all amazing. But yeah, Epcot was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With you
Did
talking,
like a talk in that one, didn't we?
yeah, and you talked about burping tequila, like anybody asked to know that. You know what I mean? That was a good video. I like that. Yeah, probably Epcot.
Are there any of your uploads that didn't do as well as you were hoping, or maybe you feel need a bit more love?
Yeah, every single one of them, to be quite honest. Yeah.
It's fair enough.
Actually, most of them did better. But I find in general with YouTube, there's ones that you film and you think, oh yeah, this will get loads of attention, and then it doesn't. And then there's ones like Flamingo Land where we were just like, we just put it out like, oh, we've been to Flamingo Land, we'll film it. Half the rides were closed, to be quite honest. It's not the most popular park in the UK, but we were like, we're here, we'll vlog it, it'll be good. And yeah, it was one of the fastest growing videos we've ever had. We were like, and I think like at the moment, like Birmingham Sea Life and
The one in Chester.
Blue Planet Aquarium are like right up the top with some of the most viewed videos we've got, and they are far from what we would consider our best videos. So you just got to put them out there and see what people like, because you never really know, do you?
No.
To be honest.
And Halloween did really well, didn't it? Last year.
Yes, but that's because we did the first day. We did
Yeah.
After Dark. Yeah, got abused.
It's fun.
So, do you guys prefer cruising or hopping in a car and doing a road trip?
Road trip. Anything, any type of transport that doesn't involve other people, I will always go for. Because I watched your video on how to get to Busch Gardens to see whether we'd done the best option. We did rent a car, didn't we? Which is by far the most expensive, but there was no other people. You don't have to talk to a like awkward conversation with a taxi driver for like an hour and a half. You don't have to sit on a bus with other people and just it was so much better, wasn't it? So much better.
No stress driving in.
Driving some automatic car that I've never driven before in my life in a country that I've never been before was horrendous, but I'd take that over a bus any day, to be quite honest. Any day.
It's not a bad route to Busch Gardens from Orlando though. It's like literally a straight road.
Yeah, just straight all the way. Yeah. So the route itself isn't bad. The fact that it was just driving it was just because I was driving a car that's like 4 times as long as what I drive, and I kept cutting people up because I couldn't see them in a blind spot. Not that I'm a dangerous driver or anything. Quite good in America, though. They'll quite happily beat their horn if you're about to kill them. They're a bit more. But we got there safe. Nobody died. It was all good.
What's the weirdest place that you've been recognised?
This place. When we was quite early doing this, we'd only been doing it about 2 months. We got recognised at a very small zoo called Wild.
It's like a really tiny animal park.
It's a nice little animal park, but it's a really small one. And we'd only been doing YouTube for about 2 months, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy was staring at us because he clearly recognised us, and I was getting ready to go, "What is your problem?" And he said, "Oh, I follow you on YouTube," and we were like, "Really?" But also someone on the bus from Universal to Endless Summer, who recognised us, who's from the UK, but didn't actually say anything at the time. They messaged us later on Instagram and said, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't want to say anything." But yeah, so someone from the UK recognised us in Orlando, which is weird, isn't it?
No.
Poor place. But it's weird how many, for our level, the amount of times that people have actually recognised us is really weird, isn't it? Like,
went to Yorkshire Wildlife in December on a really quiet day, and we got recognised 3 times, didn't we?
in one day. So it is weird.
Which ride makes you giggle the most?
Giggle. Oh, for you, it's anything. You're always giggling, aren't you? Like, giggles all the time.
Wallace and Gromit, do we love that?
Yeah, it's a charming little ride, actually. That's a charming little ride, yeah.
It's a fun
We
ride.
hate the bit of the bread smell, though. We love that bit.
Goes mad for that bread smell. I think that's his favourite part of the ride, just the smell of the bread. Every single time. We've been a couple of times, haven't we? And the bread's not on.
Yeah.
He has a breakdown. There's emotional.
Go once.
It's the best part of the ride.
What? Best part of the ride, yeah.
It is. Stu will be like, testimony about my addiction to bread.
Yeah. Jay goes through about 5 loaves of bread a day. He's secretly a duck. It's been reincarnated.
Yeah. I am generally keeping the British bread industry in business. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, right, let's get back onto the questions. What's your preferred position? Top of the lift hill or bottom of the drop?
Um,
Top of the lift, I'd say.
I'd say bottom, actually, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'd say bottom. I'd say bottom, yeah. At the back, on the bottom.
I'd say top, you're just about to go over, and you've got that excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking about this a lot more in depth than any of us are, to be honest.
Do you prefer to stay at the official hotels or off-site?
The official ones, if we can. Like, we've stayed at Chessington a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean,
I love the Chessington hotels.
I'm going to sound like a right Merlin basher here, but I'm going to be honest, with the Merlin part, I would never stay there.
Chessington.
We've stayed Chessington once because we managed to get it pretty cheap, didn't we?
No, we've stayed on it once.
More than once?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We stayed more than once because we've managed to get it for like under 100 quid.
We wouldn't bother the Shack Hotel, would we?
No, we did that once, and quite frankly, 300 quid for a shipping container is mental. And Alton Towers, again, too expensive.
We never stayed there.
Abroad,
we stayed at PortAventura, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that was good.
Universal, I would stay at, I would definitely stay at Universal again and again because of the benefits. And yeah, PortAventura, we stayed on site, and we're doing that again. We're staying on site because the on-site hotel's brilliant, and the access to the park is just amazing, isn't it? So it depends. But yeah, again, UK probably not, but abroad we'd probably splash out a bit more, wouldn't we?
Which country would you most like to visit?
I suppose for parks, after like this year, it would be like the Netherlands to do Efteling.
Yeah.
And Wallaby Holland. What about you?
Yeah, same.
There you go. Easy answer.
Nice.
So, what's typically in your theme park day bag?
The day bag. Sandwiches.
Yeah. We usually take a pack up just because the theme park food is extortionate.
It's a bit naff as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And so there'll be like the vlogging stuff, which is like the gimbal, the microphone,
Selfie we needed.
some sort of light, but the amount of times we've lost those. We're now on a light clamp. We used to have a little ring light that clips on the phone. I think we've lost 2 of them now, haven't we?
I'm going to carry plasters, mints, and paracetamol as well.
You never know when you're going to need plasters and mints and paracetamol. Right? 2 rounds on Colossus, you're going to need the paracetamol. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or Blackpool, you are going to need the paracetamol. And I've got one of them forehead sticks as well. You know, there's ones where you rub on, it gets your headache really fast.
I'm glad you clarified that for us, boys.
That's incredible. They're like carrying around a little small branch of boots with you.
But we also have our own little branded badges as well, just in case anybody asks for them. Hint, anyone sees us around. We've got plenty of them.
If you had to choose, would you choose zoo or theme park?
It's a tough one, that one. It depends which zoo and which theme park.
I think you're doing ourselves a disservice. I think it all depends on it depends on a lot of things, like the time of year, and because like through the summer I would do zoos, but we never do theme park. Like during the school holidays, I would not do theme parks because it's just hell, isn't it? And zoos are better in the winter. I just like having the option, the balance. The one thing I'm not keen on, controversially, is the like combination parks, where it's like zoo and theme parks. I just feel it's a lot of hassle trying to get around all the animals, and get on all the coasters. I often find that you would think it would be our favourite thing, but actually I find it it's a lot harder trying to balance the two.
Like to dedicate a lot of time to both, don't we? Yeah, and that's why we did 2 days at Animal Kingdom, isn't it? So we could focus on rides one day and focus on.
And we could have done with 2 days, but 2 days at Busch Gardens, especially because how it was clouded and lovely.
Yeah, it was a crap day, wasn't it?
But yeah, both. I can't really choose.
No.
Are there any VIP experiences that you've got your eyes on?
I'd love to do like one of the turtle feedings or the penguin feedings.
Penguins is something I've always wanted to do. Penguins is always something I've wanted to do. In terms of the coaster ones, I'm never really that bothered.
No.
Why would you be?
I mean, I'd do the swan climb.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, but it's not something I'm desperate for. I tend to stick to the animal ones. Anything at Chessington, because Chessington's experiences are amazing and they are pretty decent priced. They are really quite cheap in comparison to like the bigger zoos. But no, there's nothing specific on our radar at the moment. I don't think is there.
The second you mentioned penguins, I was half expecting Stu to chime in with his Sea Life Scarborough kind of advertising plug.
We did seals at Scarborough. We fed the seals at Scarborough. That was amazing.
That was before the park opens, wasn't it? It's the breakfast.
Yeah. We've got private tour and everything. Yeah, that was banging. That was, love that.
And then we had to shove their vitamins up the gills of the fish, which was very clever.
That was fine. That was not like fish like bleeding everywhere. And we were like, oh, this isn't really my favourite part of the experience.
Thanks, guys. I think we all know you a bit better now. That was a really good kind of insight. So basically, you're antisocial, tight asses. If you spot Adam and Craig in a theme park, don't approach them unless you want a badge. That's allowed.
I'm good with people that I know that I want to speak with, like the general, like just people. It's not so much specific people. It's just people.
People.
Yeah. I think we got the message loud and clear.
But no, do approach us. We need friends.
In a week's time, or the end of this week when the podcast goes up, will be the start of the new for 2023 theme park season in the UK. I know some things have been open already, but really it properly kicks off next week.
Proper start.
Oh, you guys have already done Paultons.
Yes.
We did do Paultons, yeah.
That was fun.
That was good. That was really good. Really, it was dead, wasn't it? Which was the best thing you can ask for in a park, isn't it? Walk and everything. We met a few people. We spoke to a few people. That was brave of us. Great, wasn't it? It was a great day. Great day. Cold, but other than that, it was fantastic. Lovely little park.
We make this podcast for you, so please do get involved. We are Out and Back Travel on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Out and Back Travel on Twitter. Get involved, like Coaster Studios gets involved with offering those payday loans. This time we asked you how you were getting yourselves ready for the 2023 theme park season, and we had lots of comments, didn't we? So many
Yes.
replies. It was Hush just one.
But we have one. Graham on our
Graham.
Facebook page says, I'm most looking forward to seeing how megaphobia changes.
Ooh, that is an exciting one, isn't it?
I've never ridden it.
No, neither
I
we.
reckon, you know.
Asked you today what it was, didn't I?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
didn't even know what.
I honestly, since I was like about 13, I've wanted to go to Oakwood, but it's just so far out the way, and because I don't drive, it's just a pain. So Stu's just never taken me because he's a horrible friend.
That is true. But the thing about Oakwood is it's like about 20 hours from anywhere. Even if we're in Cardiff, it's still another 20 hours to get to it. It is ridiculously too far. And realistically, the park isn't a full day park. It was a skip it, spoilers alert. But hopefully this is great because the company, I don't want to be negative, but the company haven't really invested in it in the past kind of 10, 15 years. So it's great to see them giving the park some love and obviously keep megaphobia going because it had got a bit rough in her old age.
That's kind of what I'd say in terms of towards the the early noughties and late, like towards 2010 time, the park just started to take things out that made it interesting to go to. So it just kind of lost that appeal. So yeah, it did fall down the ranks of whether you wanted to go or not.
Do you know what, as well, they're also rebuilding their ghost train, which is a real surprise. So not only are we getting a third of megaphobia being new, the ghost train's been completely gutted and they're rebuilding it. So that's a complete shock that suddenly Asper remembered they had a park in Wales and we should probably spend some money on that. You know, you feel bad to have that distant relative that makes up for the birthdays they've missed. Suddenly Oakwood's getting all the money spent on it. So it's great to see, and it'd be exciting to see this season how the changes affect it. So that's something really positive. And obviously I think megaphobia is going to be completely redone over the next couple of seasons, which is amazing. It'd be interesting if it gets a new train, as most of those retracks do.
I think it's really interesting that, you know, as you say, Aspro has just remembered that they've got a theme park out in Wales. But, you know, they also have another attraction, you know, that Adam and Craig have reviewed. I reckon it's off the back of their video that, you know, they've suddenly come into all this extra cash. That big old Blue Planet Aquarium.
That what?
Blue Planet Aquarium.
Oh,
Yeah, Blue Planet and Oakwood. So,
yeah, they've
boys,
got
it's your contribution.
Blue Planet have got this lovely little ocean tunnel with a moving walkway that just isn't turned on.
Oh.
Oh,
It wasn't turned on the day we went. And quite frankly, I just think that would be irritating. Can you imagine if you were sat with a really good view of the sea life and you're forced to move? You were running against it to get back. I don't quite understand the point in that. So I wasn't that sad that it was closed. But there you go. There you go. It'd be nice to have another refurbed ghost train, though, won't it? Is that 3 now? 3 of the ghost train.
Yeah.
If anyone
Do we miss the memo?
watching, you need to take notes and get that damn thing refurbished.
Does Valhalla count as a ghost train as well? Kind of. No, not really.
Yeah, why would it take a train? It's a ghost boat.
Ghost boat.
Ghost
that,
boat.
that and all the others are opening this year, aren't they, Stu?
Oh. Exactly.
Cut that.
What are you looking forward to, Matt?
Well, if we're talking in this country, absolutely the Curse at Alton Manor. I think the marketing has been insane. I think it's really good because there's not a big pressure on them in the sense that people weren't overly fond of Jewel. I really like Jewel, but it's not like Nemesis in the sense that if it doesn't live up to expectations, it's going to be this big thing. I think it's going to be awesome.
I literally cannot wait. I literally cannot wait. The theme, I love a creepy doll, and I just can't wait for it. It looks like it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for it. No, it looks absolutely amazing. Ever since like they started teasing it, I've been really excited for this.
Really good, haven't they, with the promotion?
And like I love Jewel. I thought Jewel was brilliant, and I don't think it particularly needed anything. I don't think it needed to be redone, but I really can't wait for this. I really hope they've done some good to it, and it's just as good as we hope it's going to be.
I think it's really exciting that the creative team have been able to tell an original story, and it's not an IP attraction like Merlin's default new additions would normally be. Would be, oh, let's find an IP and slap it on something. I'm not saying that makes them bad, but it's creatively, this is exciting that it's a unique story to Alton Towers. I think that's kind of what makes this attraction so exciting to myself.
With IPs, I think like it's very much a hit or miss kind of thing. Like when you look at Wallace and Gromit, like that couldn't be a better IP, could it? That literally couldn't be better.
Yeah.
But then there's some
like the walk
Black Mirror Labyrinth,
Oh, God.
where, let's be honest, you took a good IP and you created an attraction that looked like you'd never watched the show in your life. I mean, what has that got to do with Black Mirror? Nothing. So it's very much, I think IPs are very much a hit on this kind of thing, aren't they? But yeah, I'm glad it's an original. It looks like it's going to be brilliant.
Awesome. So boys, what are you looking forward to in 2023?
I'm really looking forward to the Jumanji World. It's World of Jumanji at Chesington. It looks amazing, like so far. Like the big Jaguar looks amazing.
Yeah.
And it's also a good franchise as well. So
yeah.
I mean, I prefer the original, like with Robin Williams, because that was like my childhood. But yeah, it looks really good what they've done so far.
Yeah, we should be more based on the original because that was like true Jumanji. We haven't seen the latest film, have we? But
the first remake,
the first sort of sequel we saw. But overall, it's a good franchise in general. And I suppose it's still got some reference to the original, hasn't it? It's still that sort of lessons. I'm surprised there's no animal enclosures in that area.
Yeah, because of combined animals and rides before.
Yeah, there were things have been doing with like Tiger Rock, Rainforest. I think they could have done something similar with Jumanji. Obviously, not having the damn roller coaster going through it, but I think they could have done something a bit similar, couldn't they? But hey ho, no, I am excited for that as well. The Jaguar looks great, and it looks fast, doesn't it? Mandrill looks fast.
It does. And like the cars look really good that as well.
Yeah, well, they've been quite controversial, these cars. But I love them. I think they look brilliant. I absolutely love it. The aggression on that Mandrill's face is just perfection. Love it.
Awesome. Jay, what are you excited about this year?
Oh, I'm as excited as Amanda Thompson is about her own ride reopening this year, or not. I'm just not a fan of Valhalla. I'm sorry. I know it's controversial. It's just too wet.
Oh yeah. I think the sad thing about it is it's such a good ride as a dark ride. It just doesn't need to be like with Tidal Wave. It has one purpose. It's a good ride for when it's hot and you want to like cool off a bit. You just go on, you get soaked. It's all very well and good. But Valhalla, when you're up in the like Blackpool sea breeze and you just want to go and enjoy Valhalla, you don't need to be coming off like absolutely dripping, do you? And those body dryers, waste of money.
Boys, do you have any trips planned for 2023?
We've got our
subtle signalling there.
It does do with it just.
So we've got PortAventura at the end of September, and the start of September we're doing Fantasyland for the very first time.
Oh,
yeah.
So you got two close together, pushed up against the back end there.
Well, yeah, because like when for money purposes, like you've either got the front end of the year, like before the holidays, which we couldn't afford, because we hadn't saved anything yet, or you've got September, haven't you? You've got that small window of like when the kids aren't ruining everything by being off and not being locked up where they belong. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how September started. Early September and end of September, and then all of the UK stuff in the middle. I imagine we'll go up to Blackpool, won't we? If and when Valhalla ever does open, we'll go up there. We usually go up for Clubland, but I don't think it's happening this year, so we'll just play it by Valhalla, I think.
And we're planning Flamingoland, aren't we? That's this month, end of this month.
I'm really sorry to hear that. My deepest condolences.
we've only been once recently, haven't we? And we haven't been since Sick was built, so it'll be nice to get up there again.
I wonder when there was a few things shut, weren't they?
Yeah, because it wasn't long after pandemic, was
Yeah.
it? It wasn't long after lockdown, so there was quite a few bits still closed. Which didn't. Kamali wasn't actually open, was it?
No.
Oh my god.
No, the dock wasn't open.
No, it was like Cliffhanger, the bounce tower, I think. And the gyro swing, is it Flip Flop or something it's called? So there was a few shots. And the monster ride thing wasn't open.
You didn't miss much. So is this your first time you are going to Fantasyland in PortAventura?
It's our second time at PortAventura. We did that in 2017, so it's been a good few years since we've been. So it'd be nice to go back again, and I like it when you've had that length of time, because things are not fresh, but they still feel a little bit fresh because you've not done them as regularly as you do in the UK parks. But it will be our first time at Fantasyland, won't it?
It's nice to go back to PortAventura as well, because now we've got that knowledge from the first visit that we can use for this time. We've got things that we've learned from last time going that we can implement this time. Like last time, we decided not to buy the express pass.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake. we were there for a week, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we've got like, Monday through to Friday. It'll be weekdays. It'll be really quiet. We won't have to worry about express pass. No.
They're running one train and everything, weren't they?
Yeah. 30-minute queues, 40-minute queues for everything. So
that's a good queue at PortAventura.
I was about to say that's like an express queue in itself.
It wasn't 300 minutes.
I think me and Stu hit it fairly lucky whenever we do PAs. I went last summer with a bunch of friends, and like there was people there that said, "Oh, it feels really busy," and it's like, but it's not. It's only like I think we waited most was like 20 minutes for Shambhala. That was about it.
That's all right.
Yeah,
and especially when they're on one train, because you don't move enough, do you? And it feels like 30 minutes feels like 4 hours.
I'll be honest with you, PortAventura were pretty bad for one train operation for a period of time, but they seem to have picked up the game again. Like, because I know Stu will testify against the last time he visited, like it wasn't the best, but it seems to have got better and better again. It seems if they've started to reinvest again.
The last time I went, Jay, was 2008. I cannot comment on PortAventura at this point.
That long ago?
It was in the last century.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I went last year. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So Matt and Jay went last year, so I'm sure you'll have a great time, boys. I do need to go, but Uncharted will get me back. But I want to go to Barcelona and do Tibi Dabo as well.
Yeah, we've been to Barcelona twice and it's been closed both times.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
starting to notice a bit of a pattern with your trips, boys.
They're like,
it's like
type people come with their own sandwiches, quickly pull the shutters down.
I'll go for the Halloween as well, aren't we? For PortAventura, we're going for the Halloween.
Hopefully, yeah. We're there during the last week, and they normally started the last weekend. So I'm hoping that it's going to be Halloween whilst we're there.
When we was there in 2017, I was setting up for Halloween, and it looked amazing, didn't it? Like every day, there was adding more of the Halloween theming, and it looked amazing by the end of the week, didn't it?
Yeah. So we need horror in Texas, but that's obviously open all year.
That's good.
Yeah. Some guy thought Adam was French.
Yeah.
Funny story.
Why was he French?
Because they do, because like when you go in, obviously they do the spiel about like don't touch people and all that. So they did it in Spanish to the people that were with us because they were obviously Spanish. And then they looked at us and they obviously thought, well, they're not Spanish, but they seem to think Adam looked French. So we started doing the spiel in French and we were like, and then he obviously realised and assessed that we were English.
I thought you were going to bring up the time we were at Porto for the Halloween event in the Mexican section, and they were doing, as you said, all the safety spiel Spanish and then cottoned on that there's a group of like 8 English there just not taking any of it in, and he just got really aggressive and started like right up in our faces shouting at us. Like, still didn't understand the word, but it's fine.
That was the best. I mean, how long did we queue for that horror maze to open in the Polynesian section? About 2 days.
It was about 4.5 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Or in my measurement, 6 hot dogs, was it?
It's a good way to measure key time. How many hot dogs can he slip in that time?
How many sausages can you gobble whilst we're waiting?
That was the one.
Just 6.
6. That's pretty impressive. That's not bad going for 4 hours, I'd say. Pretty decent.
Yeah, the horror in Texas maze was built by Universal when they operated the park. It's still the same maze. So technically, you've been in a Halloween Horror Nights house.
Is it that old? I didn't realise it'd been that. When did Universal abandon it?
2002 to 5-ish, somewhere around then. But, yeah.
Or did they?
Oh, did they?
Ooh.
Surprise! Well, it's exciting. This week's Trip It or Skip It is PortAventura. Look at that. What a coincidence. So we picked a trip in the summer. Why do we need to go in the summer, Jay? When's the best time to visit PortAventura from your expert insider knowledge?
My insider knowledge. Thanks, Pete.
Our lovely friend Pete, yes.
Our lovely friend Pete,
Lovely dear.
God bless him. Love him to pieces. So yeah, so last season we were looking at going, and with Pete's advice, he knows people over there, he used to work there and things. Basically, his advice is always never go before the end of June, just simply because all the big shows, things like Temple de Fuego, and all that kind of main operation, so 2 cars on like every coaster, all that kicks in at the end of June. So anytime after June is the best time to go.
Awesome. So this trip then is for Sunday the 9th of July. Well, hey, we're in the period.
Ooh.
Until Wednesday the 12th of July. This year, Ryanair, our lovely friends, their flight times are absolutely terrible. So you're probably going to be traveling a day before and a day after to kind of get somewhere. So that's just the kind of the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. So it is even though it's Sunday to Wednesday, you're going to have maybe a bit of Sunday, but really you're only going to have Monday and Tuesday for sure at PortAventura. Now it is open until 11 p.m. and the flight lands at 6. So maybe you'll get some bonus rides in on that first night. And Ferrari Land is opening 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. that week. Not
Just
bothering until the afternoon. Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, well, there we go.
And you spend all of that in the queue for Red Force.
Actually.
You have to join at 8 a.m. and you get on the ride at 4 with Express Pass. Everyone else going to wait till the next day. So the flights are obviously with our good friends Ryanair. It's £59 return from East Midlands. It's exciting.
Ooh.
Going from the centre of the country with a seat selection. The transfers are by a company called flybus.com. They were £15 return. The hotel, it's a package. So it's a PortAventura official hotel with tickets and half board. So you actually get an evening meal as well as breakfast included. And this is from a website called Stay For Long, not Stay For Schlong, Jay's alternative dating website. So that came out at £253 a person. So all in all, that adds up to £327 per person. But of course, the caveat here of any PortAventura trip, you need to think about Express Pass, which the Max Pass, which is one ride on each of the 10 Fast Pass attractions, is €55, or you can upgrade to Premium, which makes it unlimited for €95. But Sesame Mission is a separate Express Pass. Terms and conditions apply.
Can I just ask a really important question?
Yes.
This is flying into Reus and not Barcelona, yeah?
Yes, it is. Sorry. Yes, thank you for that. That's actually quite important, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah.
Sorry, I've got this flying to the moon. Yeah, sorry, it was flying to Reus. Yeah, so it's obviously an honour to kind of catch Reus when that's open, as it sometimes is closed at the moment.
Sorry, what was that website again?
Stay For Schlong. No,
Stay For Long. Okay, I'm just booking it now. I'll see you in a bit.
So is it a trip at Jay then?
For me, yeah, I haven't actually stayed on site at Porta, so that'll be a nice change for me.
You know what? I just realised I didn't say the hotel either. I'm really fucking it up. I'm out of practice. We can't do this monthly. I get too roughly. It's actually staying at the Hotel Carib. So sorry, it's the most disappointing PortAventura hotel, but it's £100 extra to go to another one, which would have plumbing.
To be fair, I'd opt for the £100 extra for the other hotel and just skip on the express. If it's open till 11, I'll get on Shambhala at some point once I've had a pint.
I think that's incredible for that price. I think that's mad. Yeah, especially for just that. I mean, it'd be hot.
Yeah.
Very, very hot. But I think for that price, that's amazing. We've stayed in. Was it? Oh no, Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's the one we were supposed to stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, 100%, I would do that. 100% trip it.
Oh yeah, I'd trip it. I stayed on site last time in July around the same time.
How hot was it?
I was absolutely roasting. But it was good. It was manageable. But like Adam and Craig said, the getting in and out of the park when you're staying on site is so easy. So yeah, I would absolutely trip it for that price. The only thing is the flights are a shame.
Yeah, so again, like you can kind of get similar price flights from other Ryanair airports. I thought I'd go for East Midlands is a bit different to the usual Stansted, but they're all the same kind of times of the day. So you kind of get there late afternoon, early evening, and you're coming back ridiculously early in the morning. I mean, so you'd be coming back at 10 a.m. On that return day. So yeah, it just seems like they want to make everyone's life hell.
Except it's Ryanair, so you won't be coming back at 10 a.m. You'll be coming back at like 3 hours later.
That's true. And the good thing is, because it's a package, you've got a ticket for that day anyway. So, you know.
There you go. But
so I tried to unpackage this to make it cheaper and actually stay off site. As normally I do try and do a cheaper option than an upgrade to the park. But it actually works out cheaper to book the official hotel. So your hotels in Salou, were around the kind of £200 a night mark. So then obviously the tickets start at about €80. The current tickets offer only 1 day in each park. You can't, it's really hard to get a hopper ticket. So I think by staying in the hotel, you get that option to hop between the parks as well. So that's also a good kind of option as well. I would hate to just be stuck with going to the water park or just be stuck with going to Ferrari World for the day.
I'd definitely advise if you're going for more than 3 days, have a look at the annual passes as well, because they do work out quite good, especially if you're leaving Ferrari Land off the table, because that adds on a ridiculous amount of money when you can just get a €9 ticket from inside the park to go in for the day. But the 20% off everything, it's a massive like tick.
Do you get money off Express Pass with
I'll be honest with you, we didn't ask because we used the Express machine, because you could get tickets for Ferrari Land inside PortAventura for €9 through the machine, where if you went to the counter, there was 17. Don't know why.
Okay, moving on then. So obviously Six Flags New England are getting ready for their 2023 season, and they've announced their new attraction, which is Dino Off Road Adventure. And this is a retheme of their vintage car ride to add animatronic dinosaurs. However, for some strange reason, the Patreons of Six Flags New England were really upset with this news. What do we think, guys? We're in a chance to check this out?
Yeah,
wait. It looks amazing. It looks like thematically just the best installation that I've ever seen a Six Flags park do. Just, I'm in awe.
There's about 3 dinosaurs.
Yeah, would you get upset if a park did that though? Just added some nice dinosaurs to their already plain ride?
Like a log flume, perhaps. Sorry, I keep doing these deep cuts and it's not helping. I'm sorry.
I think dinosaurs make anything better. They don't make anything better. Have a few dinosaurs. I'd go for that. Be like the little one Fultons.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Nice like
that's cute. That is, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I really don't understand why people are doing that. A park improving an old ride with some lovely dinosaurs. But there we go. People are very upset. So I would drudge the comment section of their news announcement to find the meanest, the daftest, angriest comments, which we're going to perform to you as a found poem, which we are calling...
Why do we do this every single time? No, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, okay. Yes, we are. Good. Moving on.
I think dinosaurs make anything better.
Other states get awesome coasters, we get to play with dinosaurs.
So this is what we're getting after all these years. Gee, thanks.
All we needed was a launch coaster, and we got this. Lol.
This is the big announcement. Crying, laughing emoji.
Wonder how inaccurate they'll be. You can be sure that Dilophosaurus will look exactly like in Jurassic Park.
I hope more is coming. This is a big joke. If nothing is brought in this year, then I don't need to buy season tickets anymore.
So if they're looking to attract less and less people, these attractions will help that out. Peace out, Six Flags.
They should add Joe Biden to the attraction, as he's a good dinosaur.
Awesome. Thank you, boys. Thank you guys for coming on. We really appreciate you coming on the podcast. If you enjoy what we do, please help us out by liking it if you've got this far, subscribing, commenting, all that jazz. And remember, guys, until next time, stay safe on the way. I'm back. Thank you.